program. A gun bounty is different than a gun buyback. We give additional dollars for the capture of these particular weapons, and we have weapons of mass destruction on the table before you. As you see and you take a look at some of these long weapons, these are military-style weapons that can do massive harm to residents inside the city of Flint if they're ever discharged in a bad way. These weapons have the ability to penetrate walls of homes where innocent people are. And so we were proactively engaged in making sure that we can come and take these weapons off the street. You have Deputy Chief Jeff Ancliffe with me, we have Captain Urquhart with us, and we have Lieutenant Dixon with us today, standing behind us to talk about some of the things that we're doing, being proactive. The governor just had a press conference talking about releasing additional revenue to communities like Flint and other places across the state of Michigan to enhance the level of public safety. There's no real quality of life if we don't have public safety inside of them. You know, the weapons we collected this past Saturday, it was about 82 weapons, and 10% of those weapons that we retrieved were stolen weapons, and we got those weapons off the street. And as we take a look at these things, these are very devastating and very intimidating type of style of weapons. And here in the city of Flint, we're making great strides. Since the declaration of a gun violence emergency in the city of Flint in 2021, I'm very proud to say that the hardworking men of law enforcement and additional assets placed here from MSP and other places, homicide rates are down about 40%. And so we want to continue with that downward trend, but we need partners in the community. And everyone is a partner in our community. And so we want to make sure that we reduce this type of engagement. We want to be able to de-escalate. Our police force here in the city of Flint are some of the well-trained individuals in the state of Michigan. We expanded the level of training to be able to get a broader view of what they may encounter on the streets and to get different perspectives on that. I'm so proud, under the leadership of Chief Terrence Green and also Deputy Chief Jeff Ancliffe, that we have engaged in some very, very cutting-edge technologies and innovative ideas, reaching out to our youth from our PAL for youth prevention, intervention type of programs. But definitely we need our partners in this space. Definitely our partners in the faith community and also residential and education community can come to bear to be able to help us reduce useless violence inside the city of Flint. One deficit that we can never overcome is a death deficit. Here to talk a little bit about what we have done with the gun bounty program is first Detective Tyrone Booth is here with us, and you'll be hearing from him to talk about what we have done with the gun bounty program.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor, and thank you for your leadership and support in this initiative. Declaring a gun violence emergency, as you know, was done here in Flint by you, and not very many communities, if there were more communities who took that assertive and aggressive approach. We are, of course, in the process of working programs and doing initiatives to increase public safety, reduce violence in the city of Flint. And Chief Green's mission is to make sure that those numbers continue to go down. With this bounty program, we collected 82 guns. 8 of those were stolen. So this provides an opportunity for us to get our hands on and destroy weapons that could very well go out and impact lives in a very negative way. So we are appreciative for the citizens in Flint who participated by bringing and turning in these weapons, some illegal weapons, because it all count toward making Flint a safer place, and that's our objective. I want to take time to thank the hard men and women of the police department that work, support staff included. It takes a lot of people to help conduct these types of programs and to bring these weapons in, process them, and then eventually it will be destroyed. We're not selling guns, we destroy guns, and that's what our mission is, to make sure that Flint is a safer place. What you're looking at on the table are MAC 11s. We have 223s rifles, 7.62 rifles, and also a 12-gauge, what they call a street sweeper, a very destructive, unpredictable firearm that could impact lives in a negative way. And we're proud to say that the guns that you're viewing today will not have that opportunity. We're going to continue to work hard for the citizens of Flint, providing safety. It's our goal, it's our mission to make sure that we continue to see a downward trend in the numbers, violent numbers, And we're going to continue to place initiatives to impact just that. We want to see continue to see reductions. So thank you, Mr. Mayor, for your leadership, and we appreciate your support in our endeavors to make sure that Flint is a safe place to live.
One of the more devastating data points in this whole experience with gun violence in America is that the #1 killer of black men is gun violence. And I'll repeat that. The #1 killer of black men is gun violence. The President of our United States, President Biden, has declared gun violence a public health emergency. And so differently, when we look at this differently than any other impediment of our society, but this is definitely an emerging need to be able to reduce the level of violence in our streets. One of the initiatives that the governor has just stated that they're going to be releasing additional dollars, especially in these areas. And so a person that's lead in one of these areas is from our CVIPI program, and he'll give you what that acronym means, is Shaman Banyan, talking about some of these things that we're going to be doing in preventing crime and reducing crime in our community. Seamus?
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. As the Mayor rightly announced, today Governor McNamara announced further funding in the community violence prevention and intervention programs, just like the one we have here in Flint. A year ago, the city received a $1.5 million grant from the Department of Justice's Bureau of Justice Assistance for the CVIPI initiative, Community Violence Intervention and Prevention Initiative. Since then, we've diligently partnered with over 30 individuals from various sectors, forming the Greater Flint Violence Prevention Network. This network includes representatives from community-based organizations, philanthropy, residents, victim advocates, youth groups, healthcare professionals, law enforcement, and other sectors. The City of Flint is committed to the core task of reducing violence, with numerous dedicated organizations undertaking impactful grassroots efforts. Notably, the Peacekeepers Global Initiative, led by Flint spokesperson Jaleel X, has played a vital role in this effort. Through their collaboration with the City of Flint and others, several conflict mediations have successfully de-escalated potentially violent situations. The Peacekeepers actively train members of Neighborhood Watch and community volunteer organizations in conflict mediation, equipping them to intervene and reduce conflicts that could escalate into violence. This administration and our valued partners in the community welcome the announcement of additional funding in this space. This support further strengthens our collective efforts to make a positive impact and reduce violence in Flint. Thank you, Mayor.
At this time, we'll open it up for questions about our gun bounty program and also about the announcement made about the additional potential support from the state government as it relates to be able to battle crime on every front. And we're looking for additional partners in that space. Questions? Ken?
All right. Has the city or MSP parted ways with previous partner Gunbusters in terms of the destruction or disposal of these firearms?
So we have never had a contract with Gunbusters. As you know, our weapons that we were collecting went to Michigan State Police. Who they're using or who they use was selected by them. I realize that there are some difficulties with that process, so what we're doing responsibly is just holding our weapons until they work out whatever it is they'll work out, and then we'll continue to destroy weapons. And in addition to that, we're looking at other ways in case that takes a large amount of time to destroy weapons. Our goal, what we do here, is destroy weapons that we collect. After the court process proceedings are finished, we destroy weapons. So that's what we're doing. So for right now, to answer the question, we're holding our weapons until they work out whatever it is they're working out, and then we'll resume sending weapons for destruction.
All right. And has anything been impacted with the gun bounty program since the Times December report? What was the city's reaction to finding out that some of these guns, a lot of these guns, weren't destroyed?
Just to be clear, and making sure that your questions are framed in a better way, the City of Flint has not now nor never had a relationship with that organization. Our partnership was directly with the state of Michigan, with the ideal and the intention of every weapon was going to be destroyed and never repopulate back on the street. That is our firm belief, and that's where we're standing currently now, and we will assure that all weapons that you see now are still being held until we can make sure the final destination of these weapons is to be terminated permanently forever. So making sure, I'll repeat it one more time, not now nor never have we ever had a relationship with any other entity beyond the Michigan State Police Department with the idea and understanding that these weapons will be destroyed in total. Channel 5?
Will you be available for one-on-ones afterwards?
Correct, yes.
Thank you. I'll wait till then.
Given the investigation to gun disposal organizations, other communities have stopped holding events like this. Why is it important for the city of Flint to keep this program going?
Can you repeat that question one more time, please?
Other communities have stopped their gun buyback programs given investigations into some companies like Gun Busters, for example. Why is it important for Flint to keep those programs moving forward?
Well, keeping programs moving forward, you know, the city of Flint is under the declaration of a gun violence emergency, and I think we're probably the only city in the state of Michigan that's still under that declaration, bringing all entities to bear, county, state, and federal levels, to be able to get support in this initiative to take guns off the street, especially when our President Biden has declared this as a gun violence emergency, a health issue in the city of Flint. And before when I said that the #1 killer of black men in America is gun violence, it is incumbent upon us to do this. It is our duty. It is our God-given right to be able to make sure that people have a quality of life, to be unimpeded by the danger of gun violence in our community. Though we are not in opposition of any of our Constitution amendments or the right to bear arms, but definitely we want to take these illegal weapons off the street and take every opportunity to do so. And we're going to stand firm and unapologetically, we are going to be engaging in every life-saving measure that we can. And through our philanthropic partners, state partners, county partners, federal partners, and every partners in the faith-based education community, we're all bringing every tool to bear to preserve life in this community. And taking weapons off these streets is one of the things that we're doing. And so we're very, very happy to be the lead on this, and we will continue to push forward in this effort. Yes, Ken?
What effect do you expect the new gun control and gun storage laws here in Michigan to have on Flint and violence reduction efforts here?
Well, our hope and our prayer is this, is that every effort, every initiative that is being put forth with the idea of preserving life will be a help to all of us. And it is our humanitarian efforts that we put forth to be able to ensure residents have a better quality of life if they're not terrified of these gun crimes. You know, many times in the community in which I live, in the streets of here right in the city of Flint, within an eighth of a mile of where I live, you have the mayor, the state representative, the police chief, the fire chief, a county commissioner, a school board member. We live in the community in which the residents in which we serve. So when we hear gunfire in the distance, we hear it, we feel it, we understand what it is. Our friends, our neighbors, our family, sometimes our victims of unnecessary gun violence, we understand what that is. And as a part of being a public servant, we want to make sure that we do everything in our power to make sure that we can take dangerous weapons like these off the streets.
And as the city continues to battle gun violence, how is it or will it be addressing the question of access, especially for young people? That's a very pertinent question for some right now following the crumbling verdict.
Right. On the level of municipalities, we only have the ability to affect and follow city ordinances or follow the standards of law as provided by our Constitution of the state of Michigan and also our federal government. Our law enforcement officers are doing a wonderful job along with the partners in our MSP and also our county sheriff's department to be able to enforce all laws. But as laws are changed and moved down from our national level, from our federal government to our state government, we are asking for increased awareness and laws to be put forth to be able to help provide a level of safety for residents in this great community. And we're going to break for our one-on-ones now. Thank you. Unless M Live, I didn't get to you.
No, you're good. I got my questions answered.
All right, thank you. All right, thank you guys. All right, we'll break for one-on-ones over here. Come on, guys.